All right, Bawa, you copy?
Hello?
You copy, Bawa?
Yes.
Can you hear me, Bawa?
Yes, I can hear.
Okay, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate, everything you're doing for the company. I just want to introduce you to the team. I met you on a cold market call. I reached out to you and I just asked you if you look for other ways to make your money. You said yes. We partnered up. Now you have over 200 plus customers, business partners all around the country. You're having an exciting experience with the company. But this is the biggest thing, Bawa. The reason why I have you here is that you came to a national event. You came to a national event. You gave up your time with your family, gave up, and you didn't have any beliefs. I mean, you just said, you know what, I'm going to make it work. And you drove so many hours to the event. And I know you're fired up. I want to hear, I want to ask you a couple of questions about the event because I just want to know if it's going to work out for you and what are you feeling like right now? Because you spend time with the national event. So Bawa, let me ask you one question. Number one, was it worth your time to give up your family for the weekend and drive down 3, 4, and today you told me 5-hour drive to get down to New Jersey from Boston? Was it worth your time?
Absolutely, absolutely. Remember my first reaction when I got the first check, my first bonus check, but I said, this company is for real. Okay. So I got to the event and I said like, wow, these companies are real. This leadership is real. These people are for real. Okay. It's really just a good experience because it's my first really live event. So it's really worth it to see the people, again, they say people for real. Okay. And to see the camaraderie, you see the love of each other's, and especially not really people competing against one another, but really helping each other. Okay, the people helping others. Really, that's really what I saw. So it's really great.
What was the biggest takeaway that you got from the convention?
Well, the biggest things, as I just mentioned, that we are there to help people. Okay, not really to help us. I could go to help myself. I'm there really the best way to win and to progress or to be successful in this business is to help help others win, because as other wins, we win, as I win as well. That's one thing. And the second things, I learned a few things I didn't know. Maybe I heard those things, but a few things, for example, the tap routing. Okay, or it's just a sorting, or just a presentation, how simple it was, to do the presentations, and a few other things. But it's really exciting. It's also, again, I look at it for me as the first-hand information. Okay, I got the first-hand information from the leaders, from the other people as well.
What was the biggest takeaway you had was that the leaders, working with the leaders and seeing it firsthand. You talked about the money, but what was the one that said, you know what, I get it now?
Okay, one thing it clicked for me is that not to be worried about no's. Okay, the first thing. Okay, because sometimes you get so concerned about somebody going to say no, but no. Okay, just keep sorting. Okay, keep sorting. For me, that's one first things. Not to worry about the no, because no is part of the process. Okay, as I think somebody said that, in fact, if you have failures, you double the failures. Don't quit. Okay, as you double the failures, you progress, and there at the end you win. Okay, so it's great.
What would you like to say to the person that didn't go, that wanted to go, just made that decision? You know what? I got to drive those hours. I got to spend in a room all day. I got to listen to people. And I do that at work. I do that in real estate. I just want to sit home and watch Scooby-Doo. What would you say to these people?
Well, I think
that didn't show up.
Yeah. I think the first thing is it's better to see, face to face live than watch on TV, for example. Okay, because you can be distracted, but also we have the environment, the atmosphere of the environment. It's you see how people excited, that's lifts you up, lifted me up as such. So really, I encourage people, for next events or whatever, is really to take time and do it. It took me 5 hours to go and 5 hours to come back, but it's really, really worth it. Okay, because there was no distraction, just a focus on many things, which is again, what the purpose of the events. Okay, so that you can absorb more than, again, come back to put in practice.
Yeah. They say that if you're not an ACN until you go to a national event, and if you do go to the national event, your first day starts when you come out of that event. Because if ACN, you know all about ACN. ACN's a great company and this and that. But when you go to an event, now ACN's inside you and it doesn't come out, and it protects you with the nose. It protects you when people say, oh, I'm not really sure if I want to do this and all this other stuff, and I'm busy. Well, you're busy for a reason, because you've been busy since I've known you for the last 30 years, and you're still going to be busy all the way to the gravesite.
Yeah.
So don't you see what's happening here? Don't you see that if you get different education, you get learning from top leaders in the company that want to help you.
Yeah.
Now, the RVP promotion, the couple of them that you had, can you talk about them a little bit that we had? We had 2 RVP promotions this weekend. What was your biggest takeaway with them?
Well, the RV promotion for me is like, is again, some of this may take time, but it's a consistency. Okay, the consistency, they be consistent, follow up, and don't quit. Okay, they as again, we're going to see some, they mentioned the people have some failures, but they didn't give up. Okay, that's the main point. There's a time where things may not work. Okay, with the IBOs or whatever with your team, but again, you show the example. You show the example of a leader. You continue to lead by example. So it's really good, and it's also, again, it's not a one-man show. It's a team show. Okay, it's a team working together. Okay, that's something really I noticed that I got it.
The national convention, Bawa, and this is what I've learned: the people that show up go up, and the people that the people that give excuses, they don't go anywhere in the company because they don't have the belief. They don't have all that information that you have. Now you have a bulletproof outfit on where nobody's going to tell you ACN is not going to work. And, my grandmother did it. It didn't work. And let me check out with my sister. My sister did it a long time ago. I want to see how she did. All that nonsense, smoke screens yes, you're going to get them still, but you don't care.
Absolutely.
You don't care because you saw somebody crying on stage. You saw somebody working on Devon Richardson, a regional vice president. She's one of the top regional directors in the entire world of the company. And then she got promoted. So the people that show up on those charts are the ones that go up.
Yeah.
Little secret.
Yeah.
All right. You stay on those charts, you're going to go up to the top of the company. You stay up those charts, you're not going anywhere in the company. Yeah. And there's ACN, fan club, and then there's ACN.
That's correct.
So, you know what I mean? So I want to thank you for jumping in the car, driving down on Saturday. Now, you had some problems with your wife, right? Your wife is sick. She couldn't go. And you almost had to make a decision of saying, okay, do I go? Do I not go? What made you decide that you needed to go?
Well, the first thing is that I know that she was stable. So that's for me. It was an encouragement. She was stable. The only things that she, driving for 5 hours in a car, so could have been a little bit more uncomfortable for her. Okay. So it's again the first thing. The second thing is that it's an event where I knew that also that I could communicate with her anytime I want to find out what's happening. Okay, and also share with her what I was learning as well. So that was encouragement as well, because again, she's an IBO. Okay, I just wanted to see, firsthand. Want her to see the firsthand, being a live event as I did, but it was not available. But I will share with her, and I've started sharing with her some of the excitement from the events and how we can move together to succeed.
Now, you had all the excuses. Your wife said, I can't go. You're excited to bring her. You're excited for her to see ACN. And she said to you, I can't go for health reasons. I need to stay home, which was a good choice. But then you still left your wife home and you got in the car to go down to a meeting to meet people that you really don't know. That's and right. You got inspired and you do what you got to do. And now, I don't know if you noticed or not, but you're down there for her. You're down there to provide her freedom, to show you that you're a better man. So I want to thank you for not buying those excuses. And 95% of the people out there, Baba, 95% of the people will say, oh, wife's sick, can't go. Oh, got a wedding, got to go, can't go. But the real person, the person that doesn't have enough money in the bank, the person that sees he's tired, the person that realizes that, you know what, this is where I got to get. If they tell you you got to go to Hamburger University and you just spent $200,000 on a business, you don't tell McDonald's you can't go.
That's true.
You don't tell real estate offices that I'm not coming to your class. I want nothing to do with it. I'm going to do this on my own. I'm going to wing it. You know what I mean? The people that wing it don't go anywhere. So I want to congratulate you for passing the test, because you were recognized that you drove from Boston, number one. Number two, the people that we asked to go to the convention and we don't have to fight for, we found that they rise to the company because they're willing to do whatever it takes. See, Mike Mazur told me, Senior Vice President Michael Mazur told me this one day. He says, hey, Michael, the training's in Chicago. Can you go? I said, Chicago? He goes, yeah, Chicago. Can you go? I'm like, yeah, if that's where I got to go. He goes, see, that's the difference between you and the other person. That's the difference from winning and not winning. That's the person that wants to go to the top of the company that stays on the bottom of the company. The person that's willing to do everything that nobody else is willing to do rise through the company. So I'm so fired up that you got the education. I'm so fired up you got to meet everybody and you see that they're real. What's your last call? Like, what's your last thing you want to say to just the newest person that really is just excited? And, we do have other events. We have one coming up in Ohio. We have another one. See, where do you go in a company where you got a do-over? What's a do-over? You know what? I didn't get enough people there because I guarantee you were sitting in that stands and you're like, man, I should have fought harder for those guys. I should have had 3 people sitting next to me. Just think about how fired up you are when nobody was there. But now when you got people there, think about how fired up you're going to be. So ACN does a do-over. You're allowed now to invite people to the Ohio event, the person that's in the California event. We got an event going on in Dallas. So how hard are you going to be fighting when somebody tells you that their pajamas are on wrong or they got to go, whatever excuse, procrastination that they want to give you, whatever it is, because we heard it all. And all it is just smoke screens. Okay. Because I used to do the same thing. Hey, Mike, you go to the event. Go where? Go to California to an event. I said, me? Fly? I had a bad flight in 2005. Okay. I'm never going to fly again. So don't ask me. I'm not going. He goes, yeah, but you need the education. Yeah. How about if I take care of your ticket? How about if I introduce you to the top leaders in the company? How about we make a deal together? You show up at that event and I'll bring you to the top of the company and I'll help you build an empire. Would that work for you? I said, yeah, that'll work. Good. Get to the event, figure it out.
Absolutely.
So when I walked in the event and opened up those doors and I saw 25,000 people thinking like me, talking like me, wanted like me. And I was just like, I'm in the right room.
Yeah.
I'm in the right room. Now think about what that did that day when I opened up those stadium doors that day at the Coliseum in Phoenix, where the Phoenix Suns play basketball, we're in Talking Stick in Phoenix, Arizona. And he said, and I say to, what do you think? I didn't have one business partner, Baba, not one business partner, not one customer. And now, because of me opening up those doors and feeling the way I felt, I went ahead and I now work with over 650 people that are on my team, that I've motivated, that I've coached. Now, not everybody's going to win because nobody's willing to do what you're willing to do. Only 5%. I mean, I probably have 15, 20 people that really understand it, that are willing to pay the price, that are willing to go all the way in the company. So I just want to thank you again for jumping on the call. You didn't have to do this. This is something extra that you're just doing because I just felt the vibe inside you. I'm glad that you spent time with us just so you can talk to the new person, because I'm going to be honest with you. If you don't go to a live event, I just can't. We just can't work with each other, right? You agree? I'm up here and you're down here.
Yeah, it's true.
And then you want this education that I can't provide what goes on in these events. I can't provide it. Yeah. My mother's like, well, are you sure you know what you're doing? I said, Mom, I got 650 business partners. I got but what does that mean? I said, I think you should come to the convention. She's like, for what? I said, because I want you to see what I'm doing at a higher level. She's like, all right, I'll see if I can fit it in. You're retired. You're retired. You could fit it in. You could just jump in the car with me and come down. Yeah, but I don't want to bother you and your friends and your social club. She called it a social club. She's like, your social club. I don't want to. I was like, no, it's called ACN, but it's not called the social club. She's like, everybody helps everybody. So I don't want to be involved. I said, you're coming with me and I'm going to show you what this company's all about. Yeah. You know what I mean? And when she kept talking about James Adler. She kept talking about, man, he's good. You know what I mean? Shaking her head. And see, you got to get all the people around you on the same train too. You can't just go to the train. So the people that really are negative, just say goodbye. But the people that are on the fence and not really sure, you get a hold of them and say, listen, just come to the event. Come check it out, whatever we got to do. So let's fight for everybody out there. Let's make that promise that we're going to get people to this event, to the one in Ohio, to the one in California, and we're going to build an empire.
Thank you.
Most of it's going to be under you, bud, because we're going to get them to go to those events. ACN's going to train them, and they're going to come out on fire, and they're going to put customers on your team. Not bad, right?
Oh yeah, not bad. I appreciate the time. It's really, and the other thing I didn't mention is really, for me, it's impacting me also the leaders' work ethics. For me, it was very, very important to see. Even the co-founder is spending in times 1 o'clock in the morning just for the events. And that's, for me, it's it fires me up really seriously, and it's really good. Yeah.
And this is their first live event. Let me repeat this. Let me say this again. I don't know if you're listening, but let me tell you again. This is their first live event since COVID, since March of 2020. This is their first live event. They don't know how it's going to go. They don't know if whatever, right? They don't know. So they didn't spend a lot of money. They just spent a hotel. They got a couple of people over there. You know what these live events are usually in these coliseums, like where the Charlotte Hornets play, where the San Jose Sharks play, where the Phoenix Suns play, where the Philadelphia 76ers play. And then the last one is the Cleveland Cavaliers in Ohio and the Quicken Center. You know what it takes to rent one of those stadiums? And the music and everything else? Then they just put it in a little hotel. They just get you your information very quickly. They're trying to sneak these things in. You know what? You can't go to ACN, but now ACN's coming to you. Okay? How about that?
That's good.
All different parts of the country. I want to thank ACN for even thinking like this, because they could just sit back. Oh, virus, can't leave. Let's take the money and go on vacation somewhere. Let's go buy another company that doesn't benefit nobody. No, that's not how ACN thinks. You met the founders. The founders are putting together. I mean, honestly, the more and more that you see ACN, the more and more you're going to fall in love with it. So you're a champion. Thank you for jumping on the call. Any last remarks you'd like to say before we shut this down?
No, I appreciate the time to share my, my impression, and I'm so excited to be part of the events. And then I can't wait to see the result as we start moving on, and the next event we'll see. We
Okay.
see, but to, believe we bring more people there. So,
I can't wait to look back at you like I was looking back at you when some things were happening. We were going through all those learning curves. And I can't wait to see your team next to you. And you're looking back at your team saying, this is what I said. This is what I mean. This is what I'm talking about. The student arrives when the teacher arrives. No, the teacher arrives when a student appears.
that's true.
And you see that all the time, so you learned a lot of tricks. Congratulations. All you did is just make a decision. You went down to the event. So you're a champion. We got to get on some PBZs. We got to change some people's lives. And this concludes this little interview. Again, Bawa, if they want to get a hold of you, talk to you, or give out your phone number, tell them what you do. If you're looking for referrals out in Boston area and the company you work for.
Yes, my number is 339-666-0298. I'm really work for the state for last 30 plus years, and the EPA, Massachusetts, but also, I'm a real estate agent as well. So, any referral in this area is fine.
Yeah. So again, did you hear what he said? He's an EXP agent in Boston. He's looking for some referrals. If you have anybody that needs a referral, send it to him. The last thing is that he does this because he is about to read. He's worked 30 plus years in the EPA, in the system, in the Massachusetts, in the government system, guys, the government system. And when he retires, he loses some money and he's replacing this with ACM. How many people are going through the same thing? Well, let's get him to an event because that's where the party starts. So that's it. We got to do some PBZs. We got a PBZ coming up. Enjoy the rest of your day.